Hey guys, this is Illusion Podfic, and today we're going to be reading I Didn't Ask to Die by Anita Supervision. This is Chapter 11. Tony, we need to talk. That's too bad, as I'm only here for the coffee and not open for any kind of small talk. Instead of the anticipated verbal counter, the archer continued to lean against the refrigerator, arms crossed over his chest. Tony raised an eyebrow as he glances over his shoulder, side-eyeing his colleague, wearing an expression far too solemn for Tony's liking. I'll get to the point, Tony. You have to stop. The automatic coffee machine whirs in the process of fueling the coffee addiction of its creator, as the latter turns around completely to face Clint. Enticingly handsome, rich, superior intellect, you have to get a little bit more specific about what you're on about, Katniss. Although I have to admonish you, none of these is easily changed. I'm not here to talk about your god complex. Is that so? You know I'm up for a lot. But I won't continue helping you when it comes to anything regarding the Parker kid. It's about time you come to terms with whatever stands between you two and leave him alone. The unusual sternness and earnestness in Clint's voice leaves his counterpart to pause. Tony's hand stops on its way for the cup of coffee. Are you pitying him? Didn't know S.H.I.E.L.D. agents were capable of such banal emotions. You're giving an innocent teen a hard time for no reason. Peter Parker isn't innocent by any means, interrupts Tony. It doesn't matter if you believe that he spray-painted your tower or not, however unrealistic that assumption might be. Clint holds up his hand to stop Tony from interrupting him a second time. What matters is the fact that your actions are causing unnecessary stress and problems for the boy, which are far greater than a speck of paint on the front of your tower. Tony, you witnessed the whole visit to the shelter. That teen is obviously grieving about a dog whom he clearly holds dearly, and whose operation he won't be able to pay for. As a certain someone is responsible for getting him fired from all of his part-time jobs. Before you ask where I got this information from, ask to your voice in the ceiling. Tony, you are more or less at fault for that boy losing that dog if nothing happens soon. I, for one, won't cause any more harm to Parker. And I'm not talking as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but as a dad of 3 kids. Is that all, or would you like to tell me more about what I can and cannot do? A little warning, though. Rhodey and Pepper are holding years of experience over your head, and can tell you it won't be easy. Clint furrows his eyebrows before he relaxes, walking up to him. The archer puts a hand on Tony's shoulder and looks at him with a softer expression than before. I know you can jump over your shadows. You're capable of that, Stark. With a squeeze, Clint lets go of his hand and leaves a puzzled Tony standing alone in the kitchen. Back at the lab, the man drags a hand through his tousled hair. Eyes focused on the 4th rewind of the video of Spider-Man. The vigilante stops an ambulance in the middle of a busy intersection with one hand and a single string of his freaky spiderwebs, and Tony cannot take his eyes off the screen. With a frown, Tony views the exhibition of inhumanly fast reaction speed and strength. Apart from the poorly made hero outfit, the vigilante executes an undeniably splendid job at stopping the vehicle with the least amount of damage and maximal focus on civilian protection. The in red and blue clad scans the surrounding before gesturing towards the still shell-shocked mother to come over, one hand still holding onto the buggy. Tony fast-forwards the part where the mother runs into the street to collect her child and holds it close to her chest, thanking the vigilante wholeheartedly, until he reaches the point where Spider-Man turns towards the homeless man and his dog. Friday, are there any more recordings that I haven't seen? There are recordings from the surrounding security cameras. There is more data available, as many have uploaded their smartphone footage from the incident online. Are you looking for something specific, sir? In the video still playing, Spider-Man is currently helping the man stand before bending down towards the dog. A dog that Tony is very much familiar with by now. The dog wags its tail in excitement and jumps up on Spider-Man only to start licking all over his mask. Tony grimaces at the sight of the long tongue slobbering over the fabric covering the man's face. Spider-Man doesn't seem to mind in the slightest, hugging the animal close and petting the dog with an enthusiasm Tony had last seen in Thor when petting a dog. Do we have audio? As per request, a new video pops up on the holo screen. The quality improves as the phone stops shaking, allowing you to focus on what's happening on its streets. The owner of the video zooms closer as Spider-Man talks to the paramedics who climbed out of the ambulance. The latter quickly turns towards the mother and her child, taking care of them until one of them asks the homeless man if he is okay. After checking that nothing happened, the camera follows Spider-Man and the man walking off the street in the direction of the crowd, who promptly makes way for the vigilante. You're sure you and Lucy are okay? Don't worry, kid. Lucy and I are good. Let's see. Maybe I can get a hot dog for my sweet girl to celebrate today. Did you hear that, Lucy? Sounds like you're lucky today, says Spider-Man, voice chipper as he bends down to the wagging dog who leans against him. Lucky Lucy indeed, laughs the dog owner. Thanks again, kid. No need to thank me. Look out for each other. See you later, Jeff. See you, Spidey. Bye-bye, Lucy. With a playful salute, Spider-Man turns and jogs past the filming and cheering crowd before going over in a sprint. With a flick of the wrist, the vigilante pulls into the air and vanishes around the next skyscraper, marking the end of the video. Resting his chin on his folded fingers, Tony stares in deep thought at the replay sign hovering before him. There is something, a common denominator that he just hasn't found yet. Tony is sure of it. He isn't aware how long he sits in silence staring forward, trying to make some sense of the information provided. A mechanical whir pulls him out of his thoughts, alongside the feeling of a cold metal claw, pressing from behind against his lower back. Dummy, not now, I'm busy. The robot that drove up to him lets its claw sink dejectedly, a sad-sounding buzzing emanating from it as it made its way around him, this time trying to push his arm. Come on, you needy piece of metal, we can play another time. Tony pats the metal arm, about to send the bot away as something clicks in his head. Glancing down at where his hand rests on Dummy, his eyes widen slightly as a thought comes to him. It's the dog. The dog's the connection. Friday, pull up all information you have on the dog owner Jeff, or whatever his name is. Will do, sir. Anything else? Tony's eyes carry excitement as he hits enter, letting the video play again. I want all interactions between Spider-Man and that man, his dog, everything about them. You seem excited, sir. One could almost say a bit obsessed. And? Tony raises an eyebrow. Nothing, sir. I just wanted to let you know. Thanks, Fry. It's always a pleasure to help, sir. Alright, guys, and that's the end of Chapter 11 of I Didn't Ask, Did I by It Needed Supervision. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next chapter.